Just as the sun rises, starting a new day, we meet Slayer at the edge of a beautiful, sprawling garden. It's early, and the world is quiet, except for the birds and a gentle breeze. This garden? It's like his personal library, filled with stories of growth, lessons in the flowers and the trees, waiting to be read. In this garden, every plant and flower has its spot. Some love the sunlight, soaking up every ray, while others thrive in the shade, cool, and content. It's a lot like us, finding where we fit best, learning where we grow best. Slayer takes a quiet moment by himself, sitting by a small stream that whispers secrets as it flows. It's like he's at the starting line of a race, taking a deep breath, ready to run, but not yet moving, thinking about the paths in front of him. Standing up, he looks down the path leading out of the garden, not quite straight and not fully clear. It's a bit like looking down a road covered in morning fog. You know it's there, but you can't see where it goes. Yet, the mystery is part of the adventure. As he prepares to leave, a curious bird lands near him, unafraid, almost as if it's saying goodbye. It's those small, unexpected moments that remind us we're all part of something bigger, a shared world. Walking by the oldest tree in the garden, Slayer stops to touch its bark, rugged and marked by time. This tree, with roots deep and branches high, is like the wise old friend you go to for advice, always steady and always there. Next, we see him packing his bag. Each item, chosen with care, is a tool for the journey, like packing your favorite snacks for a road trip, knowing they'll come in handy when the road gets long. Before he steps out, Slayer takes one last look at the garden. It's a silent goodbye to a familiar place, like leaving home for the first time. Exciting, maybe a bit scary, but filled with the promise of new stories to tell. Just as Slayer gets comfortable with his journey, the sky turns against him, like a sunny day that suddenly decides to rain on your parade. The clouds gather as if they've got a personal score to settle, turning day into night. The rain starts, first a drizzle, then a downpour, like the universe dumped a bucket overhead. Slayer pushes through, each step harder than the last, as if he's walking through thick mud at a festival, determined not to lose his shoes or his way. Finding a giant tree, he takes cover, a brief pause in nature's onslaught. It's like grabbing a coffee break in a busy day, a moment to catch your breath and plan your next move, even as the storm rages just outside. The trail becomes a river, and the way forward seems lost, like when you drop your map in a puddle and the ink runs. But Slayer watches, learns the land's language, and finds his path again, understanding that sometimes you navigate more by instinct than by plan. With the storm at its peak, Slayer's path is blocked by fallen branches and rushing water, obstacles that require more than just strength to overcome. It's like the puzzle games he used to solve as a kid, each obstacle a question, and he's got to find the answer to move forward. Alone, with lightning as his only guide, Slayer faces the storm's fury. This moment is like being the last one standing in a dodgeball game. Everything's coming at you fast, and you've got to dodge, adapt, and stay standing. In the eye of the storm, Slayer finds a strange peace, like the quiet at the bottom of a swimming pool where the world's noise can't reach you. Here, in the midst of chaos, he discovers a strength he didn't know he had, calmness in the face of fear. And just as suddenly as it arrived, the storm clears, leaving Slayer drenched but undeterred, like walking out of a final exam into the sunshine, knowing you've done your best. The world looks different now, washed clean, and so does he. Ahead, the path continues, and so does he, step by determined step.